So it isn't one or the other. And yet I understand, you know, when I got the email, I happened to be online when the email came, and, you know, I was happy to return here. This is always a good experience for me. And I was thinking about the feeling tone that was associated with the question. And maybe I'll just repeat that. Like we said, wishing and hoping and thinking and praying. Many people have the following understanding of Buddhism. Worldly existence is suffering. The cause of suffering is desire. The cessation of desire results in the end of suffering. The cessation of suffering is obtained by following the Eightfold Path. The question then is, if this is true, is there really hope for any of us? So, you know, what is the feeling tone in there, or what might you perceive it, or what feeling tone does it trigger for you? And for me, it triggered a sense of sadness. Are we ever going to do it? Just sitting on this cushion every day, is it going to make a difference? Do we have a chance? Is there a chance for any of us? You know? And of course, the truth is, yes, there is. Yes, there is. And actually, the more you sit, the more you come to notice what the experience actually is. And I think awareness is the key here, right? It's the awareness. Because it was only because I was in a place where I knew what the heck was going on, or I could sit back and actually watch myself respond to having met this attractive fellow in Berkeley, you know, that I saw, wow, all of these feelings arising in me. Wow, what is this? Can I sit with this? Can I hold this? Oh yeah, I can hold this. This feels great. Okay, so there we are. I can hold this. This feels great. Then what was, oh no, I want more. Oh, I hope I get to meet him. Oh, I wonder if we'll get together again. All of that. That's where the suffering comes in. In the present moment, I was good, actually, right? For whatever it's worth, right? But awareness is the key. So as the desire arises, it's human desire. Don't judge it. It's just the way things are. It's what we're working with. You know, it is. Not, it shouldn't be, or I wish I had less of it. It just is. It's a desire that arises. But can you notice it? You know, whatever the desire may be. And then we get to the three, right? It's like, wow, I really want that second piece of chocolate cake. Or I really wish I weren't single right now in my life. It's scary. You know, what does it mean? Or wishing that things were different than the way they actually are. You know, it's tough, and we rub up against it all the time, every day, every moment of the day. We want things to be different than the way they are. But the way they are is the way they are. So can we notice the feeling tones that arise in those moments? Can we see? Can we witness ourselves, witness our own desire arising? And I think that's the start, you know, is to notice the arising. It's like, oh, wow, there's that good feeling again. I betcha there's some oxytocin happening here right now because I'm feeling it, right? Without saying, I've got to do something about it. Or if it doesn't turn out the way I hope, then things are wrong or whatever. That's where the suffering comes in, right? We bring it on ourselves rather than just noticing the moment. Actually, if you notice the moment, then the teaching, the marvelous teaching of Buddhism that we often rub up against and are afraid of is this notion of impermanence, you know, because that feeling is going to end. This talk is going to end. And we will all breathe our last breath at some point. We're all going to end. And so we just avoid that impermanent stuff. You know, but in some ways, the impermanence is really a blessing. You know, it's a gift. So like, if it's a difficult feeling that's coming up and you're holding it, and you can notice it's like, wow, I am so lonely. And this happened a couple of weekends ago. It was a Saturday night, and it was like, I have nothing planned. But it hit me, and it hurt. It really hurt. It's like, go to the Shattuck, go see an independent film at the Landmark, or whatever. It's like, John, just sit. It's all right. Just be with it. And I could hold it. I could allow myself to hold it. I didn't have to act. And, of course, it passed. But, as much as humor will help us, there were times like that night. I shed a few tears, It hurt. I was there. Could I hold it? I could hold it. I didn't have to do anything about it. I didn't have to react. Did it last? No. Last night was Saturday night. I was working on these 4 pages, and I was thrilled about it to come back here and share however I could, It was a good Saturday night, alone at home, right? They're both Saturday nights, right? For whatever it's worth. So, if we notice, then, we start to witness it as it arises, and then we have a chance. When we're lost, caught up in it, then, it's harder. It's harder. And the more you sit, the more you notice. I should say, the more I have sat, the more I now notice. Right? That's just the way it is. Because you're slowing down enough to notice, wow, all I did was meet this guy. All I did was, although, it was a good day. 3 phone numbers in 1 day, that's a good day. It was like this many days without any phone numbers at all, right? For whatever it's worth. So, before we go into questions, I'd just like to end with another moment of silence. If you would just resume your quiet poses, and if you feel the inclination to just close your eyes for a bit. And again, take a few of those really deep breaths that allow whatever is going on right here, right now, to be with it. Not chase it away, not run away from it. Just let it be okay, right here, right now. We're very blessed here in the Bay Area that many teachers have been here all along, and many teachers are still coming. And one of them is a Tibetan nun named Ajahn Santi, who I'm very, very fond of. And she wrote a wonderful article called Freeing the Heart. And in it, she says, for all of us, if understanding and freeing the heart from suffering is of interest, we need to question our relationship with sexuality in a sincere and genuine way. Have the courage to look carefully at the way desire, attachment, and power are embedded within our experience. See for yourself what is appropriate, and how mindfulness and understanding can be further cultivated. Ask yourself, is there room for more honesty and integrity in this area? It is important to see that within all experience there is a direct path to the stillness of the heart. Be it confusion, rage, the coarsest desire for gratification, within each there is a direct path to the stillness of the heart. When there is sufficient strength of mind to let awareness embrace the feeling without either rejecting it or believing in it, without absorbing into it, a profound change takes place. We can, celibate or not, bring awareness, integrity, and kindness to this aspect of our lives. I thank you for your attention and for your practice.